All right, we are back. 100 Proof Podcast. Back down at the bar. It's been a minute. Been probably
2 weeks. Ben says three. It's been two.
it's been a month since we've been down here.
Look way cooler if I had a sleeve.
As one of the people I went to high school with said, "You'd be cool. You look like you should gauge your ears." No. So we're back.
You
100
do a
Proof.
small gauge.
Yeah.
Is the left ear the one that means you're,
I don't know. I don't know what the
or is it
diagnosis
the? I
is
think
for
it's the
that.
right one.
Don't don't mind doing laundry. We're trying to catch up on laundry. We've been having a busy few days, and my wife's
Ben's
trying to
Ben's
catch up on some
father-in-law
laundry.
just sent a brown trout down this pipe right here.
Yeah, that could be too. But anyway, I'm trying to check the audio quick.
It flows in this direction.
So anyway, so what are we talking about tonight, Nate? What do we got on the docket?
Well, we could dive into. Are we doing like sponsors got to re up? We're not doing that right now, or
I don't think any sponsors have to re-up quite yet.
I don't know when it is. So we don't have to do sponsors. Either way, we'll do sponsors at the end. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'm just want to check audios.
But there's the proposal.
I don't think any sponsors have. Nope, we're good. Audio's all good. Sorry, we
There's
just had to
the
check
new
that.
New York State proposal, the earn a buck.
Yeah.
Um,
Dive into that before anybody tunes in.
we got two people.
Yeah.
It's probably us.
Yeah, it could be.
That's just us.
No, so we
Ain't no one
got
else listening.
we got the earn a buck stuff that we could dive into tonight. We'll talk.
Recap on Habitat Day.
Yep, I think it was a big success. They actually are.
You were all nervous.
Yeah, it was.
You were all nervous. No one was gonna show up, and you were texting me, but you're like, "Will you please show up?" I was like, "Ben, I'm gonna be there."
I need two people.
I
need
don't
two
know if
people
I'm
to
gonna
do
be
that.
on your schedule, but I will be there in support.
I appreciate it, and you did. You showed up.
I did.
So, and I
Even
think
found an antler on my way in. No, I didn't. It was that everyone thought I did. I think there's still people that still think I did.
Yep.
But
well, and then after the field day, guess what? I went out and I found 4.
yeah, and a couple deadheads.
And yeah, unfortunately, a couple deadheads. So
The one was the deadhead.
Yeah.
Not the one you were after. The one you were really, really hoping survived. That
Yep.
sucks.
yeah, that does. So,
And on the flip side, on my piece, I didn't find any sheds or any antlers. It's because they're already
but no deadheads.
because they're already on my wall. I killed them
So
and I found them.
yeah, so yeah, we got that. We got Jake's Day coming up. Other days coming up. Keith Burley just had a birthday. Shout out Keith. Yesterday.
Happy birthday! He got a hold of me. He needs some like hose reel, heavy duty hose reel thing.
Cool.
I don't know.
You should have talked to me, dude. I just threw one out. Does he need like a whole hose reel?
No, he says he has these like super heavy hoses, and he wants the dual sided because he has two of them for his horses or whatever.
They have horses?
I don't.
Oh, at his mom's place?
Or garden or whatever he's doing.
Oh, he's got a garden.
And he bought one or two of them,
Mhm.
but they're so chintzy that the hose was so heavy it just collapsed them.
Oh, dude, I think I got what he needs. If I still got it, I might have thrown it out. I can't remember.
He asked me to like fabricate them up one, and I was like, I don't know if like holding your hose is really worth the
A few $100.
few $100.
It's gonna cost.
But he did send me the one from Home Depot, and the one from Home Depot that he got was $100. So
Yeah, maybe.
it didn't work.
Maybe. So we got a lot to talk about this episode.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a little trivia, hunting and fishing trivia.
What are we calling it? We're calling it Whitetail Showdown. It's a little bit of everything.
So
So we'll
I
kind of
think-
sprinkle these throughout the
I
episode.
think it's gonna be. We're either gonna do tell us what you want us to do. Do you want us against the listeners, or do you want me and Ben to battle against each other, and you guys just kind of tune in on the side? You let us know how you want that to go.
Andy Hall says, "What's up?" And Andy Hall also said BS. I don't know what he's calling BS on. Maybe the new hunting regs?
Yeah,
Could be.
probably.
Could be.
Or Andy, he don't want to earn a buck.
Could be.
He just wants to shoot him.
Could be.
Andy, you don't have to earn him. You just shoot him.
So we'll roll the sponsors and then we'll get to it. But we got some cool stuff tonight. We got the vintage. It's just off screen. The vintage hunting and fishing trivia. This was the latest find.
That's actually drawn.
Yeah.
That is Andy in the field. I'm pretty sure.
That's the 1985 Andy Hall model right there.
1985 Andy Hall model. That was the year he shot that 225-inch deer or whatever. What was it? 200 and what? 16?
200 and change.
That was a lot. That was big.
Big. Once it's over 200, it's 200. Oof.
Yeah.
So we found this gem at, I think it was Goodwill. It's missing a bunch of the pieces, but all the trivia cards are still there, so it's cool
That's
for
all we care
taking
about.
camping and all that stuff. So I figured it'd be a cool one to bring out.
It's actually a board game.
Yeah, it's a board game.
But
Kind of like Trivia Pursuit.
We're just gonna do the trivia cards because it's fun.
Yeah.
Me and Ben did one, and apparently there's 5 trivia questions per card.
I think there's like 50,000 questions or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So we'll kind of sprinkle them
And
in.
everyone Ben gets wrong, he's doing a shot.
Oh boy.
No, he's not.
Andy Hall says, "I have that game." Well, of course you are. You're
Damn
the
it,
original.
Andy, you're out. You can't play.
You're the original. So this one was also cool because
I have that game.
there's a box that
Yes, you
says
do.
first edition on this one. So it's from 1985. Ages
First edition.
I didn't even notice this.
Ben's a Pokemon collector, if anybody hasn't noticed yet.
So it says ages 8 to 98. On the ages, you see it on the side of it?
If you're over 98, please do not comment.
Hannah Jean, her grandma.
Rules.
Jean Smith, she can still play.
That's the rules. You're
She can still play.
99?
Yeah.
Brig it.
Yeah. So
Brig
some of the questions are definitely situated in 1985, as my dad would say.
If anybody else is tuning in and knows Andy, I kind of think this looks like Andy.
Yeah. Andy says BS on Earn a Buck is what he's saying. So yeah, so we can dive into that more, but we want to roll the sponsors now that we got a bunch of people tuned in because we appreciate our sponsors, and if you're interested in sponsoring the show,
We just lost like 500
yep. So
viewers.
yeah. So
What
we
happened?
no, we didn't lose 500 viewers. Jesus. So we got sponsors up here right by the big dead head. Busy Bee Cow right by the raccoon hide. We got Busy Bee Chiropractic and Wellness. Dr. Britt, I have my appointment next week. Sauna and adjustment. What? What's up?
Well, the viewer draw. I was like, ah, shit. Ben's mom just dropped her phone.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Busy Bee.
Busy Bee.
Britt pushed me out too much. She told me, I think we should go 2 months. I'm like,
It's because you're not sauning, bro.
I think she's trying
you
to
need
get
to
rid of me.
sauna. Well, what happened
I think
was
she's trying to get rid of me.
What
She's like, you're a
happened
lost cause.
no. What happened was Nate went into the sauna buck naked, and he's like, "I didn't know you're supposed to put gym shorts on."
I felt very awkward. I'm like, anyone can walk in at any moment, and I'm just sitting in that sauna, and I'm
with
like,
a towel on, or buck naked. Were you completely naked?
I had a towel.
A towel sitting on a towel.
I was sitting on the towel because I felt weird sitting on like something with my cheeks that someone else is. It's almost like a public bathroom.
Sure,
I was
sure.
Like, eh.
Yeah.
So I threw the towel down.
Put the little
sat
towel
on that.
down. Yeah. So yeah. So wear your gym shorts to the sauna. Be courteous of other folks and wipe down any of your sweat.
I did wipe everything down.
Yeah.
I wiped
Well,
everything.
That's nice. And I'm sure Britt does her full cleaning. But anyway, go see Busy Bee. I'm sure she's cleaned it since Nate was there. For all of your chiropractic needs, we want to do a show with Britt coming up, talking about how that helped my bicep, my shoulder, everything like that. When I had issues with that stuff, get me back into shape and feeling good. Honestly, dude, and we'll talk about this in the episode too. I started running again a little bit.
Ben's running.
Yep, I bought new shoes.
I ran too. My kid got a go-kart. I'm doing a lot of running.
A lot of running with it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bass Pro Shop, sponsor us.
I want the others.
Bush Light cans. Anyway, finished up with Busy Bee Dr. Britt, Chiropractic and Wellness. Thank you so much for the support, keeping us feeling good throughout deer season, summer archery leagues, and everything beyond. Also, she's a big buck killer, so if you're into that hunting, fishing game.
She loves talking hunting.
She loves talking hunting.
I don't know about fishing. I never talked fishing with her.
She fishes a little bit. Yep. So go see Dr. Britt over there in Newark, New York for all of that. She'll be able to set you up. They have nutritionists on site and all sorts of other stuff too if that's your speed. Also, M&R Firewood Services in Phelps, New York, right there on Main Street going out of
They're
town.
killing it, man.
They're killing it, dude.
Oh,
Have you seen Rick's videos of him
oh,
splitting up wood
yeah,
with
his
his new
little his
processor?
processor. Rick's killing it, man.
Killing it. So
Rick's always
specialty
been.
wood, we're right getting into camping season, Memorial Day and stuff, kind of the kickoff to camping season right around the corner. Head over to M&R Firewood in Phelps, or if you're heading down Seneca Lake, it's right down there past Smoking Pete's. Go check out Rick's stand down there. M&R Firewood Services, huge supporters of the show, and we appreciate those guys for supporting us. And then Pierce Metalworks, the CEO, founder,
The CEO, the only employee, the founder,
sole
the
proprietor,
builder, everything.
the madman, the genius.
The brains behind the insanity. It's actually, I mean, it's been going
The
great.
shop, the shop's killing it, dude.
It's been going. It's slamming, man. I really can't thank everybody enough that's supported me, given me work, contacted me for advice, whatever it is, man. It's cool. I mean, it's honestly kind of living out a dream.
Yep.
A little bit.
It sounds like you might buy a another machine to fill that last little space in there.
Yeah, I am in the market for a CNC mill. I know the outdoor group is selling their Fidel, and I'm kind of interested in that, honestly.
Hey, you know what? Sponsor the show. We'll cut you a deal. Well, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal, outdoor group. We'll put you on
Jake,
the whole show. After we list all the title sponsors, we'll put you title sponsor of the whole show. Make it happen, Jake. You heard it here first. So thank you, Pierce Metalworks, for
knock
and that's
$75 off that song.
yeah. So that's all we ask of sponsors is we cover a month of costs for the streaming, the podcast platform,
I mean,
and all
what
that.
do we to go annually? We're at what, like $700-800?
It's more than that because it's 75 a month. It's 75 a month times 12 months, so we're probably pushing almost $1,000. Yep. So and that's out of our pockets. Other than the sponsors helping us out, we got a half dozen of them, $900. Not counting tax. I mean, we kind of eat the tax on it. So, but that lets us put more
we're
back.
broke even for a year.
But that puts us back. Not quite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. So we're half a year covered. The rest of it's out of our pockets. So that's less we give to the kids. That's less we give to the community and all that stuff too. Speaking of that community, we're gonna shout this out right where I'm thinking of it. Trout Derby is Saturday.
It's gonna be a rough one.
Be there. No, water levels are dropping, dude. It's looking good.
I see they're dropping, but it's still gonna be a rough one.
It's gonna be a rough one, but not as rough as last weekend.
Did they dump the trout in already?
I don't know. They
'Cause
might.
if they
They
did-
might. They might be all in
The canal.
Yeah. So it might be tough catching them. I don't know.
Might
if
as
they
well
did the
go
drop.
to. You might as well go to Lions.
And fish them by Kinney's.
And,
Fish them out of Kinney's.
yep.
Yeah. So, so Trout Derby this weekend. I'll have a table set up there, and then I'm headed to the Woodsman's meet early afternoon. So I don't know if I'll be there for, awards, but
Where's the Woodsman meet?
FLCC. They're doing spring meet.
Oh, spring meet. I remember
Spring meet. Yep. So, got some events this weekend. Phelps Fire Department. We had Nora's second birthday there. You can get together there for charity events, family reunions, birthday parties, you name it. Clubhouse also possibly available. Talk to Phil for more information on that. But thanks you, Phelps Fire, for keeping all of our community safe and having a great venue to have for the community. So big thank you to Phelps Fire for all they do for us. That's where we had our event. We'll probably have our event there again this year, whether we'll do a chicken barbecue or what we'll do with it. We might use their pits, but probably Nate's because he's got them tuned in. But yeah, so Heritage Outdoor Sports for all of your archery needs, whether it's vertical bow, crossbow, longbow, you name it. Heritage can help you for any of your outdoor needs when it comes to archery, as well as some of your tools of the trade. You name it, they can help you out. Mike does coaching through the Archery Academy as well. So Heritage is your place to help you out, get better, and shoot better, and keep your gear tuned up right. So go see Mike and Lou over at Heritage. And if you need some little one-on-one coaching, need to tune up your shot, great place to get into the Archery Academy and get that rolling for it too. So shout out to Heritage. Also, Dahmer's Taxidermy, Jesse Festa, he's done a few of the mounts down here. Not this one actually, but a couple of the Euros over there. He's a crowd favorite on the show. We loved having Jesse on. Jesse's a hoot. So yeah, big thanks to Dahmer's Taxidermy. Also, Whitetail Properties, not only the Finger Lakes team here with Tim Kent, Heather Kent, and myself, Ben Williams, but for all of New York, all of our agents across the state. I think we have 13 now in New York State. And if anywhere that you're looking for land in New York or the nation, Whitetail Properties are your original land specialists. They can help you either market your property for the right and highest dollar for buyers, or buyers if you're looking to pick a property apart and look at all the tree species, or if you guys tuned into my Facebook post tonight, looking at different things we see in the field and identifying that, which is one of the trivia questions of the night. Probably kick off with that one. But Whitetail Properties are your land specialist from everything from farm ground, timber ground, homes on acreage, recreational ground, you name it. We can help you every step of the way with Whitetail Properties. So, with that, Nate, I think that's all the sponsors.
Got through them.
Nate's first trivia question is: if he gets it wrong,
boy.
he does a shot.
Oh boy.
All right. Ooh, for cold weather, are light, medium, or dark colored tents best for camping, Nate? In cold weather, are light, medium, or dark colored tents best for camping?
Dark.
Dark is correct. You still get to drink your beer.
They
Hey.
absorb the sunlight.
Perfect. Look at that. Ooh, this one might be a shot-worthy one. Which state has the largest elk population? This is also based on 1985 numbers. Just so we're clear. Which state has the largest elk population, Nate? I'll give you a hint. It's 700,000. It's not New York. There's a hint.
Colorado.
It is actually Wyoming in 1985. Of 700,000 elk. Wyoming.
Yeah, well, guess I gotta do my shot.
If you guys knew that at home, congratulations. All right. Andy said Colorado. That's a good guess, Andy, but it's actually Wyoming.
what I said.
So drink, Andy.
Have yourself a sip of beer there, Andy.
Yep. Ugh.
So you're going straight down?
I'm just going straight down. I haven't read them out any of the other ones. So finish that card and keep rolling, or what do you want to do?
Well, you're reading it. You already saw everything.
Okay. You want to do one more?
Might as well. Then we'll get
All right.
into the earn a buck.
All right. Ooh. How many young can a female cottontail have at one time? So how many babies does a rabbit have?
Ooh, 12.
Up to 7.
Damn.
These are good. I mean, if you want to test your knowledge, we played this the other night at my parents' house.
I said 12. My brain was going 6.
Yep. So, well, they're gonna have 7 and then wait 2 weeks and then have 7 more. So like, you can have 12 in basically a month.
Breathing like rabbits.
You're breathing like rabbits. Then true or false? Fish have an air bladder which enables them to adjust their buoyancy, which is how they float in the water table. True. 100%. Which is why if you reel up a perch too fast, what happens? Or a laker?
Blech.
They puke it out. Absolutely. For those of you that didn't know that,
Now, does that kill them?
most of the time. Yeah. That one's going in the fry pan. Ooh. Does a higher or lower magnification scope show the greatest field of view?
Lower.
Lower. Boom. Well, Nate, I would say that 4
I got
or
4.
3,
I got 4.
3-ish.
What was
The
one?
rabbit. The rabbit
Oh,
one and the
yeah.
elk one. We'll call
3
it
out of
3-ish.
5. All right. Well, I'm reading the questions on the next one.
All right.
I got 3 out of 5.
All right. So let's
on my
talk.
card.
Let's talk Habitat Day.
All right. Let's talk Habitat Day.
What was your thoughts?
Cold.
Cold.
Cold as fuck.
Cold.
But I thought honestly I was a little surprised. There was a lot more trucks in the parking lot, and
I think
because after you got a hold of me the prior day, and you were you were all antsy.
Yep.
And I showed up about an hour after it started and found you guys. Just me and Owen just started walking
Well, you knew
around.
kind of where we were going.
I kind of had an idea. We got a little off track. We started headed towards turnaround, and then I started looking at the tire tracks, and I'm like, they look like a day or so old. I'm like, oh, and I think we got to turn around. So we turned around. We met up with you guys, but yeah, it was cold. I thought you had a good turnout. Nice people that were. They were all definitely people that wanted to learn more about the woods, about habitat, about wildlife. The whole thing was I was there for an hour and a half because I had Owen with me and he got real cold real quick. But I thought it was good. I mean, you had the coffee there in the morning for the guys.
Shout out Dunkin' Donuts.
Would have been nice when Brian brought the coffee up halfway through if it was still warm. Like,
I can't
Brian,
control that.
like, throw it in the microwave or something next time. Yeah. I don't know. But
yeah. Well, we were working with frost that morning. It was like 30 and windy throughout the day. You know, it was tough. We had folks bail. I can't remember if they bailed before or after you got there.
There was people walking out because it was so cold as we were walking in. But
yeah. So, but there was troopers, dude, that stayed to the bitter end, and I mean, like, we were walking up the laneway at like 3:30. Like, it was supposed to be till 2. We almost like pushed it like, and we're talking till like 3:30. So,
I mean, I thought for like habitat, the conditions were great. I mean, I wish the ground was either a little more frozen.
Because you walked out
dry.
the skid road.
Yeah.
Which there's a couple holes on the skid road. Because they haven't been finished yet. Which was Trevor's big feedback.
It was a perfect example. An example day for frost seeding. It was a perfect example day for frost seeding.
And we hit frost seeding, yep.
Because you could, like, when me and Owen walked out there, you could see the ground. There was portions of the ground that were thawing, and then there was still portions of the ground that were still frozen, and you can see the little stalactites sticking up from the ground. And I had a little conversation with Bill.
Yep.
And from Pertinier and his friend when
Big Al.
we were sitting there where you shot six pack. I was like, I wanted to kind of like butt into what Ben was saying. I was like, I don't know. I was like, but this right here is like an extraordinary example of like how frost seeding works. I was like, if you look over here, I was like, everything's matted down where people walked, right? Like everything kind of thawed out. It was getting to that point, and the day was kind of like warming up a little bit. And I said, then you look over here, and there's just these like glacier-looking things in the ground. I said, what do you think happened? And you can see the mud like all the way through that.
Where the pushed it up, ice. Dude. Yep.
So I was like, so you see the mud through it. I was like, so what do you think happens to that mud when it thaws? And he goes, well, it just kind of like flattens out. I was like, right. So if you seeded when it was frozen, all your seed's going to sit in all these little pockets. And then when it thaws, all that mud's just going to right over top of it. And then it's going to freeze, thaw. And it's just going to work its way in. I was like, this is like an amazing, real world example. An amazing, like, exaggerated that you don't really see too often example.
Yep.
Because where I frost seed, I just get those little balls.
Yeah, it depends on your soil.
Yep. It's a grass field. It's packed down every year. So you're not gonna get that exaggeration. But after you guys had the logger through there and that soil got loosened up
a little bit more,
you got that freaking like exaggeration of that
freeze. But you're talking half inch to inch. You're almost in spots, or
maybe 2 inches of
where it was
stalactite coming out of the ground, where it was like actually like wet.
Sure.
You know.
Yep.
I thought it was a great example
Yep.
of the whole
Yep.
frost seeding.
David Todd says, "Hey boys, missed you at the Habitat Day, Dave, but it was a good time. Thanks for tuning in, like always." Dave's a frequent visitor, along with Andy. We appreciate you guys. So we got Andy, Dave, my mom, your mom. There's our half dozen viewers we got.
Dave, were you tuning in for the first trivia questions? We have hunting and fishing trivia from 1985.
Yep.
6, whatever.
85.
That's it.
85. Yep, you got it. Nailed
So
it.
there will be another card drawn, and we will be doing some more trivia before this episode is done.
So yeah, we looked at, and it was cool because you were kind of back by the dump when it happened. We just finished that part before we walked down, because when we were heading down the hill, that's when you ended up looping out and heading down the skid road.
Yeah, Owen was sitting there and he started shaking. He's like,
Shivering.
Dad,
Yeah.
I'm cold. I'm like, all right.
So
buddy."
the coolest, I think the coolest part of the day was obviously seeing everybody show up. We had, I think, 26 people there. Awesome day. NWTF was thrilled with it. Their education and outreach guy, and their hunting recruitment guy was there. Their storyteller was there. Um, Jess and Jen, I believe Jen was her name.
She was the girl taking the pictures.
Yep, we did a post field day interview and stuff, and talked about that. They're going to be releasing a bunch of shorts relating to the day and kind of stuff like that. We did a big interview thing at the end. So there's going to be more of that coming out from NWTF, but they were just surprised on how many people wanted to like get out there and actually get boots on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, like this is what you need, is putting this in land managers, and not just on a public land scale, but I think that needs to be, worked up too. But putting good working knowledge into the people that are out there doing this work, the food plots, the habitat work and stuff. But the coolest part of the day was we got through the dump where I shot six pack, and where you're talking about the frost eating thing, where we were going to do frost eating and we didn't because my dad had different plans, which is okay. But that's the yin and the yang in the equation. But we got into the hardwoods right where I shot outlaw, and we get up on this little knoll, and I'm like, all right, this is perfect because we can look down over the bottom, and it's kind of an open spot there around the timber harvest. You can kind of see everything, and I encouraged everybody to kind of wander throughout the day, and people took advantage of it. Believe me, looking for sheds, and we didn't find any, but Nate did on the way in. I found 4 after everybody left, but anyway, not where we were walking, by the way. Let me preface that. So we were looking over the bottom, and Caleb, lawn mowing Caleb, or whatever we call him. What do I call Caleb?
Schumacher.
The Schumacher, the biggest buck
It's
on
not Maker. The dude's Mennonite. It's Macher. It's Schumacher.
So biggest buck we've ever had on the podcast. Biggest buck, second biggest buck that's ever been in the basement. Third biggest buck, sorry, that's ever been in the basement. But biggest one we've ever had live on the podcast. 100% on that. Biggest typical that year for Northeast Big Buck. For archery.
163.
160 and change, yeah. Freaking hammer. He was there, and I get up on this log, and I'm kind of looking over the bottom. I'm standing on like a log on the top, and I'm looking, and Caleb goes, "There goes turkeys." And I go, "What more do you want from an NWTF field day than about a dozen turkeys in a recently timbered piece of property?" So, shout out for that. There's upstate hunting. There's Caleb. Turkey. He knows what's coming.
Is that a turkey or
That's a little turkey emoji.
Never mind.
That's a turkey.
It's a turkey.
So yeah, so Caleb goes, there goes about a dozen turkeys, and everybody comes up because everybody's kind of wandering and looking for sheds and all that stuff. So, Caleb goes, there goes turkeys, and everybody kind of wanders over, and a couple people go, yeah, there they go, there they go. They went kind of onto this other sheep pasture that's on the neighbor's property, and we were just like, yeah. I said, what more do you want for evidence that the habitat's working? Not to mention the marbles of deer droppings that were in there from the deer eating the tops. So we'll probably do some more videos from the field. We talked about it from Nate's property and my property. I'm probably going to do a video on.
We need to do a walkthrough of both.
Yep, I think so. And I think I want to do a video partially pertaining to ramps.
That
or
way,
leaks.
because so this is something I want to touch. I want to talk about.
Yep. Okay.
And when you said actual boots on the ground, me personally, I'm a visual learner. You can sit there and talk to me till I'm blue in the face. Until I can put my hands on it and I can visually see it, I'm kind of like lost a little bit.
Sure.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like so so for those people, an opportunity to go through and your woods was no pristine, immaculate looking blah blah like you see on TV. Like you actually brought the people out in a real world situation.
Post harvest.
You guys paid your money slash made your money, however you want, with the logger going through, and this logger actually did some cleanup, and it was still messy to a point,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing you can actually do about that.
Mm-hmm.
And this logger actually put in the extra time to do what you requested,
Mm-hmm.
and now people it gave someone an idea that is thinking about doing something similar on their property to like what it's actually going to look like.
Sure.
So if you sit there and talk about it, and we talked about like, oh, it's great, blah blah blah, and you never actually brought that person out there to view it, they could be like envision their mind will create what they
What they
think
think.
it
Yep.
should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if that logger goes in and does what they did to your property, they'll go out there and be like, well, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
But now
You
they
can see an
see.
example. So yeah, so and we talked about that at the field day where Trevor's coming back in June once we dry out a little bit more, and we're gonna rework all the logging roads. So they're gonna get
He's bringing a
finished.
dozer.
Yeah, gonna get redozed and leveled out and cleaned up a bit
The
more.
pond? Is he gonna work on the pond?
Nope, we got an excavator coming in May for that. Brian's gonna run it.
Kern?
Hmm. No, Dad's gonna run it. We got one way
You should
cheaper than
just
that.
hire Pat Kern.
I know. I tried. I tried. I was talking to Mark at Maple Weekend. Actually, that's something that's happened since the last episode too. Maple Weekend.
Pat Kern, you got a free plug for me.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, Pat's a good operator. But I talked to Mark. That was good to see him. Mark. I hadn't seen Mark in a bit. And Maddie. Saw Maddie. Old Maddie Curran. So saw those guys at the Maple Weekend there over at Everson's. They were cooking up some
Good guys.
pancakes.
They're all good guys.
All good guys. So yeah, so we got down to the bottom, and probably right around when you cut out, or maybe before you cut out, I was talking to Bill and kind of the group, and I was like, "So Bill, what do you think of this woods?" He's like, "This looks like really like the logging looks really good." He said, "It looks better than when I cut my wood." And I'm like, and I said, "That's kind of the talk with the loggers, why we put stuff we put it, and why we also moved trails and kind of adjusted trails that didn't maybe make the most sense. And I'm not saying that all loggers or all foresters are going to go out of their way when they harvest your woods, but have that conversation with them. Because as soon as I said, Trevor, I think you should take it down that border, he's like, why the fuck am I going to take it down that border? It don't make no sense. And I was like, because I want a new access trail there. He's like, oh, that's a landowner goal. That's not a efficiency goal. So that makes sense. And then he's gonna go back through and clean up all the trails.
And my friend slash neighbor shoots all my big bucks right there, so I just
I
want
want to put a wall
I
there,
want to put a wall there so he can't.
and I want to walk through there so the deer pick up my ground scent and say, I'm gonna go out there after dark. Anyway, um, so
We're gonna access that border to deter them
yep,
from.
entering the neighbor's property until after dark. Jeff Fox says, "Hey guys, how's it going? It's going good." Jeff also had the runnings day.
That is called good access.
That is called good access. Yes, sir. You got it. So
I think he's gonna blow out a little more than he thinks in that one section.
what's that?
That's my own opinion.
We mean blowout.
Where you, me, and Owie walked
Okay.
to the wall.
Oh, before that?
I think you're gonna be a little shocked how many deer you actually bump out of there.
But I push them in. Rather than going down third trail and I don't push them
You do
out.
push them in, but the problem with pushing them in is
It pushes them up to you.
it pushes more deer. Deer that get spooked, depending on how close they bed, because you're like pushing bedding to bedding to bedding.
But I'd rather push bedding to bedding to bedding than bedding across a wide open field and out of the block.
I get it. I'm
Yep.
just saying, when you do get in there and you do get to that stand,
We'll see.
we'll see what happens.
Hmm.
I think it's only going to take maybe 2-3 times.
But I'm only going in
And the
there maybe
deer
once or
that
twice.
do like bedding in that section,
Hmm.
I think we'll just bed somewhere else after that.
Sure.
At least during season, while you're using it.
My wife also said horse trails for your wives. There are many miles now of new horse trails potentially
Uh-huh.
put in. So
Liza would love to go ride her horse around your property.
I'm sure with Brian's soothing voice, she can make something happen. I think is how it was put once upon a time. So yes, we had that Habitat Day. That was great. Turnout was awesome. I want to shout out the folks that supported the event. Andy, he's a Seedway dealer. He was there. We talked a lot in the food plot up there at Topfield about soil, seed selection, frost seeding. He contributed a lot to that conversation. It was awesome to have him.
If you do
Also,
need any clover, there's bags of it over there.
yeah, by the dozens ish. Um, so I have seed available too. I have some clover seed. I have some brassica seed for this upcoming fall. Um, the spring mix, the 6-pack mix. I still have that. I still have the perennial powerhouse, and I forget what the other one, Nitro Boost. Yeah, so I got a whole bunch of different clover blends, and then I got brassicas. And if you're looking for something specific, I can hook you up with that too. Um,
Spring mix.
spring mix is solid.
That's the one
The OG spring.
I like the OG everything.
Yeah,
I don't change.
the OG brassica, the OG spring.
That's the
That's
shit.
the one.
That's the one.
Yeah. So that was good. And then Meadowview Tree Nurseries donated a whole bunch of white oak trees to give away to the folks that attended. You missed it before the trees got divvied out, but don't worry, Nate. We have trees. If you'd like a couple to put out, we can talk more about that too. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'll go plant them
yep.
over on
Heritage donated a bunch of stuff for like door prizes. Mossberg West, my neighbor, donated a bunch of stuff. He had a day planned with the family that day, so he couldn't make
Did
it.
you give out the 100 proof shit?
Gave out a couple 100 proof stuff, stickers. I think we still got a couple hats banging around somewhere. We might give those out to the kids at the Trout Derby.
I tell you what, the orange ones, the orange hats seem to be.
The winner.
I see people with them on,
Mm-hmm.
especially locally because they don't go anywhere. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure. So yeah, Habitat Day was great. We did everything from frost seeding, food plots, stand design, locations. We're gonna do one of those probably once a year, maybe even twice a year going forward. We got some great feedback from it.
and videos coming this summer of spring
Spring. I
projects. We're
think
gonna
spring. Yeah.
explain everything um, from what we experienced from the prior deer season or possibly deer seasons before, things we wanted to improve, and what we have done to try to improve either that area of hunting or just overall
Across the board.
across the board improve the property we're on.
100%. And
'Cause
then
that is the goal.
yeah, and then coming up, like I said, we got the Trout Derby this weekend. I'm trying to pull my calendar up now because there's a whole freaking bunch of them. We have Shed Fest. That is April 26th.
That one's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That's Youth Turkey weekend. Um, and then the following week we have a Black Lake trip. Um, followed by Nate's birthday.
I can't wait for the Black Lake trip.
Um,
Especially if Connor brings that freaking Vexus. That's gonna be so much fun.
yeah, and then we have Aerofest June 6th, Jake's Day June 13th. So for anybody with kids, whether it be your kids, your brother's kids, your sister's kids, your nephews, your nieces, any of that stuff, um, you know, bring them on out to Jake's Day. It's a free event, 100% free. Every kid goes home with a prize. You got a chance at a lifetime license, probably 2 lifetime licenses, and a whole bunch of prizes and gear. So Hardwood Strutters chapter is also who we did field day through. So we're gonna do the Jake's Day through. We're doing a women's shooting sports day. So I think that's something like Liza should go to, Hannah should go to, all that stuff. We're gonna do a bunch of range time, clay pigeons, 22s, a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe even a little bit of long range stuff if they got a
Bring
long
my
range.
neighbor Janie.
Yeah. Oh, Jane would love it.
She's never shot a gun.
I'll send her. It's
Steve,
free. It's
Steve,
free.
Steve might kick me out if I
It's
teach her how to shoot
free.
a gun, though.
You might get the land quicker. Anyway, um, so yeah. All right. So a little bit of break in the action. We got 42 minutes right now. I think it's trivia time for me. So the trivia to beat is 3 out of 5.
I got 3 out of 5, like 5 minutes in. Okay, Ben, you
Yep.
ready? And this is also viewers. Viewers, chime in.
If you know the
Comment
answer,
in. You know the answer, chime in. You can help Ben out.
Whitetail Showdown.
Because none of you helped me. Thanks.
Andy did, but he gave you the wrong answer.
And he gave me the answer that I said. All right. What mesh material is mandatory on tents to keep out pesky insects?
Bug nut.
More liberal term.
Insect net.
Uh,
Insect mesh.
it's that, yeah, you got it. Mesh screens.
Insect
It
screen.
says screens.
Okay.
It says screens.
Again, we're working on 1985 terminology here.
So we'll give you that one. I don't know. Chat, let me know if Ben doesn't deserve that one.
What's
but
it? What was it? Insect screens.
It just says screens.
Okay. Bug net.
Yeah. My opinion, I think you got. I would give it to you. Name the 3 most common predators of elk. 3
3.
most common. They're actually giving you 4 options to get this correct.
Okay. I'm gonna go bear, mountain lion, wolf, and humans.
So you got 3 out of the 4. And
What's
they
the one
were
I missed?
asking name 3. So you did get it correct. You got bears. You said mountain lions, but cougars.
Yep.
And wolves.
Yep.
Wolves or coyotes.
I think people should rank up there.
Okay. 2 for 2, in my opinion. Andy, please chime in and say Ben got the first one wrong.
Yep.
What part of a fish strains water for oxygen?
It's the gills.
Correct. Name
Behind the opercle flap.
Name 2 popular types of guns used to hunt squirrels.
I would say rimfire rifle and shotgun. 22 or
There you go. They say 22 and shotgun.
yeah.
Is a peep sight
Even though I like my 17 revolver.
Is a peep site or open site considered a better hunting site? So let me repeat that because that was a little confusing. Is a peep site or open site considered a better hunting site?
I think probably open sight peep would be more target related. So I would say open sight.
You are incorrect.
Is it
According to
peep?
this, it says peep site.
Okay. It's more accurate. A peep is more
But we are
accurate.
talking 85.
That's what I shoot the rats with out there.
1985.
That's what I shoot the rats with out there is that peep sight on that
So
old Mossberg.
4 out of 5. Congratulations, you won this round.
Yep, won that round. The next one, dude. So we were doing some of these, and my mom was pulling stuff out of left field and killing it. On the trivia. So all those are based on different categories. So there's camping, small game, big game, weaponry, and there's another one too. I'm missing one. Camping, big game, small game, weaponry, and fishing. That's the F.
How'd you know it was that card?
I was looking at the letters on it. That's your one for the next round. Don't look at it.
Is that what those are on the?
The side there. Yep.
Are we gonna do another round before the thing's over?
We might do it.
I'll
We
put-
might do
we'll put-
another speed round at the end.
All right, we'll put this one in on the bottom.
Okay.
We'll put that one
Make
up.
it fair.
We'll
Make it fair. So yeah, so there's 5
I
categories
didn't
on
have a
this card.
chew in for the first round, and it's hard
That
for
could
me
be
to
it.
think without
The focus.
my nicotine / tobacco.
It's just like Red Dead Redemption, the video game. That's your dead eye for your shooting. That's your dead eye for your
It does kind of like bring me to earth
bring you
a
back down.
little bit.
Yep.
I believe Chris Kyle was the same way.
Could be. Could be. So we got Jake's Day for the youth, Shedfest, Arrowfest. That's the you went down with me last year, right?
Last year.
Was it last year? Who went with me last year?
Frick is Aerofest.
Down at Wellsville.
I didn't go with you.
Went and shot. Was that over 2 years ago? You went with me once.
No.
No?
I went with you like 3-4 years ago to
Yeah.
something in like Syracuse.
Mm-mm.
Broken Arrow, I think.
Broken Arrow. So you ever went with me to Arrowfest last year? Maybe it was Jake. I don't know.
With the
Players
NBA
together.
guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was me. I won the gun. I won the 30-30.
Yeah.
Stainless.
Told you went with me last year. Think
I almost won 2 guns, but apparently I sucked at cornhole that day. That was
You're
terrible.
over here making
Everyone
me think
in
I'm
that line
crazy, dude.
sucked at cornhole. I was the only one that was actually like kind of good, and I still lost. I was like, really?
That was a good time. That's
That
June
was-
6th.
those were some fun guys. I like when they're announcing and they're like slurring shit. They're like, the next shit. And I'm like, my kind of guys.
Well,
I don't
it's
mind
free.
this.
It's if you're over 21, it's free beer. Bring a DD. I was Nate's DD that day. But that's why he was winning all the shit. So he's killing it, dude. I mean, you won that 30-30. You almost won another one.
I won the backpack thing that I used as Owen's like diaper and like spare clothes pack.
Yep. I won like 2 raffle packs. Yep. It's a good day, dude. It's a ton of
That
stuff.
gun I won was like a $1,200 gun.
That's a nice gun. Really nice.
I bought the last because that was the
Yeah, because we went down there to the gun shop to pick it up.
Yeah, it was I had to buy like a knife. I think it was a K-bar knife.
Yep.
And they were all numbered.
You were the last one, I
I think
think.
they sold like 8 of them. I bought
Like the last one.
the last one. Or it was like the last spot or something on the board.
Yep.
I feel like the number was 22.
Could have been.
But yeah, that was great. I bought the last one for like $350 or $360, and I won that gun. I still haven't even shot it.
So you know what's nice is the sun went down, so we can go shoot rats with the 22 after this.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So
That would be nice.
we were talking about doing that a couple months back on a show, probably almost a year ago, talking about shooting rats with the 22. So I got the 22 bird shot now. It's a little easier.
Better.
Yeah, much better. So anyway, so we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up on that. A little bit of Whitetail Showdown. We're gonna hit that too before it does, but we're gonna hit this real brief for the folks tuning in. Our initial thoughts on the Earn a Buck. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first? Or we'll do a 1, 2, 3 thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we'll explain.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, like 1, 2,
Scissor.
3.
Scissor.
Oh, for going first?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right, you go first.
All right, so I
You don't like it.
don't like it.
Now, please explain why you don't like it, and
Mhm.
then go into things you like about it.
Okay, so what I don't like about it is we're already at such, and we hammer on this before, I'm at such a low reporting rate for the state that I don't think it's 100% accurate I don't think it's 100% accurate in representing the deer harvest across the board. So I don't think it's a fair barometer for deer harvest to say that an Earn a Buck is the way to go with it.
So now, let me get back in camera here. So now, in our opinion, and we're not associated with New York State, besides we live here and we pay taxes either way. But
Buy a
anyway,
license and all that good
now,
stuff.
in our opinion, what is their purpose in trying to install them?
So I think it's directly related to trying to reduce populations. I know there's a lot of people that say it's a lobby game. Um, it's a lot of other things related to that to try to bring the numbers down across the board. I think they're trying to increase harvest. I think is their kind of goal with it. I think they're going to manufacture, if that makes sense, increase in harvest. Um, I saw
So they're gonna lie.
one of our viewers, Bo Hunt, said like the ghost doe or whatever had an AI image of a ghost doe. Is everybody's going to go out on like day one and say they shot a doe? I think it's going to lead to more button bucks getting killed as a key thing. So first antlerless deer, 9 times out of 10, some in a lot of situations, not saying all times, but 9 times out of 10, lone deer comes through that's antlerless. What is it? It's a button buck, especially earlier in the season when people are going to try to punch that doe tag. Is going to be the first antlerless deer that comes through. Not that smart, not that wary. It's going to be a button buck. I think it's going to increase button buck take um, before you get that second buck tag. Um, I was talking to a guy today, a buyer that I was on some ground with today, and I guess Michigan does your first buck is a choice of whatever, and then your second buck has to be 4 points or more. I kind of like that for an earn a. It's an earn a buck, but it's kind of like an earn a buck antler restriction in a way. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's going to increase the quality of bucks down the line. We're also, if it's legal, ethical, safe, follow your regs and do what you got to do. Because if you're doing what you do, but you're not playing by the rules, you're cheating yourself. You know, and juju catches up with people, 100%. It will at some point in the day.
We've witnessed it.
We've witnessed it. We've seen it. So that's my take on it. I think that it's your opportunity. If they do go to something like earn a buck, this is my personal take on it. I would, and I think that you're kind of in a little bit of the same boat as me. Um, I think if they do go to earn a buck like that, I think um, kind of drew my attention there away with that comment that rolled in. If they do go to earn a buck, I would love to be able to use both of my tags during archery season. I would love
Buck
to.
tag.
I would love to kill a buck in late October and not be tagged out for like the 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 Matt McConaughey like chain smoking sitting there like I'm on day 20 of my rut hunt.
Well,
I
but
want
I
that
think
pre rut and I want that rut if I'm gonna tag a buck, and it's
it might be more efficient that way because if our hunters are like core guys,
mhm.
the 5%ers, whatever you want to call them,
When we did the
actually
numbers, made
kill
it
their
was less
buck,
than a percent that kill a buck.
actually kill both their bucks.
Yeah, it's such a
Well,
small fraction.
I know, but and then just to sit out there with a rifle and you're just like, well, I got a buck tag. I'm just whacking the doe. You just wait for the first mature doe to walk out.
Mhm.
Thumper. My hunt's over.
Yep.
Good deal.
So yeah, so we yeah, I think
I
that
threw you off a little there. Sorry.
yep, no,
I spoke out of turn.
no, it's all good. So like I said, I like some things with the earn a buck. I like the potential to be able to maybe fill both of my buck tags for archery, like you can in some other states that you can shoot multiple bucks in. You can shoot both of them in the archery season if you have the opportunity to. I've never had a doe with 2 bucks that I wanted to kill, but I've had multiple bucks chasing a doe that I've had an opportunity to shoot, whether I shot one of them or none of them. I've never had an opportunity where I wanted to shoot both of, multiple bucks in a situation, but if the opportunity presented itself, I would love to have that opportunity. Um, whether you got to shoot a doe first or something, I think that should be kind of up to the discretion of the person, but I think it all to regress, I think it all goes back to having a better reporting system. And I think the digital tag thing is almost a step in the wrong direction in the fact that to get your new tags, your 2026 deer tags, you don't have to fill out a simple checkbox that said, Yes, I killed a deer. No, I killed a deer. You should have that email, that notification, whatever it comes through to your email, your mailbox. If you're Amish or if you're living in 1985 like my dad, you have it come to your mailbox and you send back a piece of paper that says, "No, I didn't kill a deer last year," or "Yes, I did. I reported it," or "Yes, I did. I forgot to report it. Please put this information into your harvest records." So that gives the DEC better, not a full, because you're never going to catch all 100% of harvest, but that gives the DEC better numbers to work off of with making these decisions with legislation relating to deer and deer harvest in our state. That's kind of my synopsis. I took 10 minutes, so I'm sorry if I buggered into your time, Nate. So, are you thumbs up, thumbs down to start the conversation on Earn a Buck? Nate Pierce is?
No,
Or are you a tweener?
I would say I haven't hunted in any other state.
Neither have I.
I haven't experienced. Now we have friends that have, and we have friends that
And
swear by
viewers, and
certain
yep.
rules. I'm not saying that that's earn a buck, but majority of them are $1.
A lot of other states, sure. Ohio, Indiana.
Now with
A lot of good states.
what I was trying to, I guess, track this down with is what is New York's goal by doing this? I think it's what Ben said. I think it's to decrease population. Um, they're trying to get more does harvested because I believe majority of car accidents are female deer.
It could be.
Because that is in New York, you're probably, if I had to guess off the top of my head from where I hunt and what I see, and I put a lot of time in out in the woods.
And we're in a deer dense heavy area.
Yeah, in the Finger Lakes here. I'm saying 10 to 1 doe. 10 does to $1. And I think that ratio is off a bit, but what is the natural ratio? I really don't know. It is nice to go out and see a bunch of deer, but when it comes to the earn a buck, and then them implementing the September season antlerless only, I do like that. Like just touching on what Ben already said was I could kill both of my bucks in archery. Because me personally, I don't set my sets up for gun season. I set my sets up for archery season. I rarely hunt out of a stand in gun season. All my stands are set for now that they implemented rifles. I can sit 100 yards out, 200 yards out, and still feel confident that I'm going to kill that deer. So, with the knowledge I have of the land that I hunt, I can sit off and I can kind of wait for what I want, and I'm not going to intrude on anything. I guess so. I guess maybe I'm rambling on a little bit here, but it's it's one of those things that I don't have a lot of experience with in other states. And if you go off of the numbers, and I guess what you like, every person is different, what their goals would want to be. Some people just want to see more deer.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to see more
better deer,
better deer, like
older
bucks.
deer. Yeah.
better bucks. Some people,
Want to just go out there and enjoy the woods, and they don't.
and we
And
crunch these numbers. I don't know how many episodes ago now. I think it was last year, maybe the year before.
yep. So I pulled the 2024 deer report, which is where we pulled our numbers from that show we did last time. So in New York, I'm just going to read them across the board. So basically, they look at 2 years back data because that's kind of the average of what states will give them. For New York, for antlered bucks in 2022, so these numbers go up and down based on the year. New York reports theirs based on last year's data, so if you want the more updated one, go for it. So with these numbers, we harvested 116,000 deer. Um, what that is a 3% increase from the year before. And basically that means 21 out of 100 hunters in New York shot a buck. Not 2 bucks, 1 buck. So you have a 1 in 5 ish opportunity to shoot a buck as a hunter in New York State. And that's gun and bow.
And this is based off of what are you reading?
This is the deer harvest data reported to the National Deer Association from our
The NDA.
Yep, from our DEC. So that's the buck harvest data, and then for the antlerless data for New York, so out of that 116, we shot 115 antlerless deer that year, which is actually a 15% increase from the year before, or a 15% change over the 5 year, and 5% change over the 5 year, and a 15% change over the year before.
Now, with the crossbow implemented, I would like to see that numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my take, I guess, on the whole proposal, like the
Yep.
bottom line,
is how that shifted the matrix.
Is it going to accomplish what they want it to accomplish?
Yeah, I want to know the goal. Give me the
goal
goal.
is to kill more deer.
Yep. And again,
and my opinion on that, let me finish my segment here, is no. It's not going to fix the issue. I do like the fact that I can hunt. I can go out in September season. I can shoot a doe. I can earn my second buck for archery season.
And you can hunt archery season end to end, basically.
And I can shoot both bucks in archery season. I do like that.
Mm-hmm. Which you can shoot both bucks
in the
late
season.
season.
Fix what they want to? No.
Yep. I think they need to figure out the reporting. So basically, it is basically a 1-to-1 based on 2022's numbers. So I would like to recrunch this. So whether we dive into it next episode, I think that'd be a good deep dive. We sit down, crunch the little numbers, probably in 2 weeks. Reconvene at Pierce Metalworks, and we'll dive into some numbers and pick it apart a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good thing. We had
and
a
that
good
is the thing
comment.
we're doing going forward.
We're gonna
Me and Ben talked about it just because I've been slammed in the shop, and Ben has a busy schedule. We're gonna try working with each other. We're gonna try alternating between, whether it matters to you guys or not, I don't know, between my shop and here at Ben's bar.
Yep.
We're gonna try alternating every other week to try helping each other out with a little time.
Yep. Yep. And I think we're gonna probably try to keep it to these 2. It might get pushed to 3 weeks, depends on schedules.
But I like every other week.
I like every other week
in the off season,
and we'll bounce between.
It gives us a little more time to build up more, and I think if we do those infield videos and we post that with your plans and your progress towards what you would like to accomplish, and then I guess at the end of the year we could do a little recap on what we think, what we did, and how it worked out. Mm-hmm. I think would be good. And by doing those videos, because we could sit here and it's kind of like what we talked about in the beginning of the show, give people a little bit of a visual of what we're trying to do, because we can sit here and talk till we're blue in the face about, all right, yeah, but until someone actually sees the video of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to implement and
Sure.
what we're doing
Sure.
and our goals of it and why this was a goal that we set to do.
Yep.
I think that would help out a lot. So this summer, throughout the summer, we're gonna try and find time to do that.
Turkey season, we'll probably get out and chase some birds and talk on some pieces too.
Yeah.
So, yep, absolutely. Got some
Hopefully, have some cool footage to post.
So we're gonna hit Caleb's comment. We're gonna put this one to bed for a little bit. We'll probably revisit it with more accurate new numbers.
Because it's not a set thing. It's just a proposal.
It's a proposal.
It's
Yep.
a proposal.
Yep. So don't go going out and saying, September 15th, I shot my doe up in Wayne County. Give me another buck.
Yeah.
So
because it's not set in stone yet, but
Yep.
it is proposed, and there's a decent possibility that it gets passed,
Yep.
but we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Depends on the agenda and who's pushing it.
I would love to see the numbers from crossbow being implemented
And how they affect it. And how the numbers have shifted.
before. I would like them to all right, we got crossbow implemented.
Yeah.
Let's crunch these numbers for a couple years,
So
and then let's try and implement something else.
So there's been reports out of, I believe it's Ohio, that I think it's 2/3 of the buck harvest is now taken with a crossbow in the state.
And this year, we saw it firsthand with that buck competition we were involved in. Gun season, in that buck competition, there was only one buck entered.
Mm-hmm.
And there was how many people entered in that competition? 12?
Yeah,
20?
dozen, good dozen. Solid, small, little.
Dozen to 20
Yep.
people. And no one shot a buck in gun season. All the bucks were brought
Entered in for bow season.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think that had something to do with the crossbow.
And a lot of people say the quality's going down. I don't think the quality's going down. I think it's just with tech, and we can dive in another rabbit hole quick, but I think the reason that people say the quality's going down is just taxidermists could be saying this, scores could be saying this. I don't see the scores going down. You know what I mean? I don't see lower numbers. I see more deer total getting entered, but I don't see the biggest score getting entered. I think people are letting them get into the 2s and 3s and 4s than before. There's always going to be 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old bucks killed every year, and those are going to be your giants more often than not. But I don't think it's decreasing the average. I think there's just more as a whole being represented across the age class, because I think a lot of guys are letting them get to that, and I just refer to this in this way, I'm not meaning derogatory by anything, is the 100-inch hump. 100-inch deer dies in front of 90% of hunters. 100%, as it should. If that's your best buck, if that's the best buck on your property, if that's the buck you want, if he is mature for your property, and that might be a 2-year-old, that might be a 6-year-old, depends on your property and your neighborhood, that 100-inch line is a hell of a deer. There's a lot of deer over there right on that 100-inch line. There's a lot of deer on your wall on that 100-inch line or better.
Both the deer I killed this year are around that 100-inch line.
Mine's not much more than a 100-inch line. You know?
What did he come back at? 120? 118?
What, mine?
Yeah. Your bow buck.
If he was 118. If he had everything, he might have been 125. If he wasn't broke. 4-year-old. I'm assuming 4-year-old. I mean,
Beautiful
I got a whole
stud.
I have a whole.
I mean, if I had to guess by
body.
looking at that deer, if I walked in,
He's gonna be like Rocky. He's gonna come back at 3.
4 or 5.
He's gonna be just like Rocky. He's gonna come back at 3.
I mean,
you know he's gonna.
I know, but just by going there, looking at the body, looking at everything of that deer, I mean, I didn't know anything about that deer prior to you killing him.
Sure.
And I go in there and I walk in, I look at that deer, just body, antlers, everything. I look at the deer overall. I would have guessed 4 or 5. But you know,
they're just
we
like
said
people.
that, just like you said about that
Rocky,
that big 6-point I shot. He had the mass, he had the
body,
the
the
two
dress
tines,
weight.
the 2 tines that he had were good, and he dressed out at 210, we're like, hey, he's got to be 4.5. We send him, he comes back 3.5.
Same thing. So I had I was talking to Tim the other day, and I might be wrong on the age. I might be confusing the two, but I want to say they had the teeth sent out, and this is, and I advocate anybody that sends teeth out, send them yourself or send them with somebody that individually really represents your teeth and marks them with a Sharpie and keeps good anal data like I do when I send teeth out. Um, he's had his taxidermy send them out, and I'm not going to name names or whatever, but he had his taxidermy send them out. He sends out his taxidermy teeth for the whole shop. It's very easy to screw up two incisors when you send them out. It's possible. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are labeled. Mine get labeled. Mine get Sharpied. That one's wrapped, sealed, delivered, filed.
Well, yeah,
when I send them out.
You're
Because I'm sending
you're
out a
dealing
lot.
with like 2-3 guys.
Yeah, so I'm
You're
dealing with like a 6.
6 deer.
That taxidermist could be
guy's-
dealing with like 20, 30, 40. You never know.
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, maybe 100. So with that, I would just say, because I think Tim's daughter's buck, I want to say it came back at 2.5, and then his buck came back at 3.5, which hers was an absolute brute and tank. I would have put Tim's deer at 3, probably 4, but 3 or 4. I mean, that's coin flip for a lot of deer. And her deer, I would have put at 4 all day, easy, like easy. Same like Rocky, like a Rocky thing. The deer came back at 2 supposedly. So Tim's now looking at pictures and going, "Did I have pictures of this deer for like multiple years?" Like, or it could be like a Dono thing where I look at the deer, I've had pictures of the deer, and I'm like, I think he's 4 now. I shoot him and he's 6. Yeah, they're all different. They're all individuals, but
Now people's opinion can be very skewed because we are in New York.
mhm.
We're not in the Midwest, and
Sure.
a lot of the information that you get on YouTube is or the internet, and what people go by is based on the Midwest.
Midwest, Upper Midwest, sure.
We are not the
Mhm.
Midwest. 100-inch deer in New York is a beautiful deer.
Yep.
100-inch deer in the Midwest,
Might not be the same deer. Sure.
you might get those 100-inch 2-year-olds in the Midwest.
Yep.
I think in New York, you
It
get them,
happens.
but they're like maybe 1 out of 10.
I think it's super pocketed, and we've talked about this.
There are pockets
Yep.
that deer just have superior genetics.
Yep. Like you get on our farm, dude. Like we shoot them 4, 5, 6 years old, and they're 140. I don't have a deer. I haven't killed a deer that's broke 150 yet.
And you and me have talked about this about where I hunt in a different.
It's about the same.
A different county, not too far away,
but different county.
And I had a 100-inch 4-year-old. I've had a 130-inch 3-year-old. I've had.
They're all different, dude.
Like it's just, and you sit there and you can try and judge them by the body. You can try. The number one thing is if you can actually keep data on them, and you can see them year to year, and you can like confirm that deer's 4 years old, and it's a shit ton of work.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I want to shout out Frank LaValle for tuning in. Thanks, Frank. Sorry you missed the Habitat Day. If you want a private tour, we are charging by the hour. You can take it up with Brian. And then Caleb says, "Does
Brian's got this shit on lockdown at our Habitat Day." He goes, "No one allowed."
Oh, he loved it.
Oh no, he didn't.
Other than
he was in his glory.
Other than I ended up with a big scratch on my truck, but the tent blew over, and the leg scratched the side of my truck. Hannah's not happy. No. Caleb says, "Does earn a buck mean that gun hunters will be able to harvest 2 bucks now? If so, I think that's really going to hurt the age class." I think that's a fair point. If you're out on opening day, and you're just bang bang blasting away, and you say, "Hey, I just shot a 6-point, but here comes an 8-point." There's that possibility.
But
I think a lot of those hunters were probably already shooting $2 and calling their uncle. But
but Caleb, you got
it's a good point.
It is a good point, but you have to look at what New York State's trying to do. And New York State's trying to just decrease the population overall.
I think so.
I honestly, I mean, they don't come out and say that, but I mean, there's no other reason for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing definite impacts in our woods, in our timber from the deer totals. As a rule, mature hardwoods produce less food per acre than regenerating fields and early successional habitat. So farm equipment's becoming more efficient, so there's less food there, so there's obviously more impact on the woods. So yes, the deer are promoting more impact on our woodland environment versus what they were 30, 40, 50 years ago. And our deer population has also boomed in the last 30, 40, 50 years. So I think it just takes better consumers, and I think the way to reach hunters rather than trying to increase opportunities with crossbows or whatever else is just education and explaining to people why this is a good idea and why you should maybe try to shoot, a better buck or shoot a doe that presents a good opportunity. And your does aren't just always buck bait. I mean, honestly, some of our lower success hunting years was the years before we started doing increased doe harvest. And then we finally got that number down, and now we manage it to maintain. It's different. So,
what organization gave New York the jump it did in the past 15 years?
I think it's education.
No, organization.
Organization?
QMA, hands down. QMA,
And
they
that
started out.
Sure.
When they started out, there's a lot of hunters that jumped on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
Would just all as it was let a 1.5-year-old deer go.
It's simpler than that. Let a majority.
Let the small buck go.
Let a majority. That's
That
it.
was all QDMA was based on. And people can sit here and argue with me all they want. That's all QDMA was based on. And New York hunters took it to heart and they did that. And in the past 15 years, the quality of our bucks have gone up.
And the age of the bucks has gone up.
But at what point does New York bucks hit a peak? Granted, then that goes into the pockets me and Ben were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You had a 6.5-year-old that you were following. I believe you called him Shrek.
Oh,
that deer was a 3-point his whole life.
Yeah, there's anomalies, dude.
Tell me if I'm wrong. He was a 3-point.
Yeah, 3.
4.
Maybe 4.
Maybe he had some
maybe
goofy
4 legally.
Shit on
he had no
face.
base kickers.
That deer you followed for 6 years, and that deer never got bigger.
The deer maybe scored 90 inches at his biggest. Literally.
It's just
Ever.
It's New York. It's our environment. It's
so
quality,
pocketed.
and there's great pockets that if you can hunt, and I hear people talk about them, Sodas, Pulteneyville, blah blah blah, these different things where there's just like
Take
consistently,
notes,
like good deer.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and you can sit there and you can buy a property. You sit there, you try and improve it the best you can, and I think the best. I might end up eating my words here, but I think the best you're gonna do in New York is every 2 years you're gonna kill a 130-inch deer. If you're in the average pocket.
Yep. And then there's always that guy that owns 3, 4, 5, 600 acres, whatever the number is, that can do that different level that's in a pocket.
Or you're a guy like
suburb hunting,
upstate,
and hunts a lot of pieces.
Who has the ability with his profession to go through and have, let's say, 12 pieces he can hunt every year, and he has cameras on all 12 pieces, and he just picks the best buck at all 12 pieces, and that's what he sets his goal on.
That's he chases.
That's honestly the best way. And honestly, if you look at all of these big name guys, Lukowski and
Drury.
Drury's and any of these,
It's
how are
multiple
they
farms. It's
consistently
multiple
doing? They have
farms.
multiple farms, and it's never the same farm on their radar every year. You see them killing big bucks off of different properties every year. It's
The acreage might be scaled, but
you have to have options.
the plan
The
is
more options you have, the better your chances are of killing that big buck.
Mhm.
And that is the best way to do it. I mean,
And
if everyone wants to own their own piece and to build their own piece and to
Mhm.
do what they want, but the end result is you're probably not going to end up with what you're really hoping for.
Yep. So this is a great question, and then we're gonna hit trivia, and then we're gonna call it a night because the producer's saying dot dot dot. That's my mom. She's the producer. We had a joke about this before you got here. So this is the question of the night for you viewers at home, and take this to heart and really think about it. Part one, and then I'll do a part two. Part one: can the average guy afford 200 acres anymore?
No.
No. The average blue collar guy, I will say this, cannot afford 200 acres anymore. It's a bygone thing. So, what can you afford? Can you afford 50? Okay, we'll do that as our base. If you can afford 50 acres, wherever you call home within an hour, 45 minutes, whatever you call home, can you afford a 50? Perfect. Would you rather have, Nate, 150 or 225s?
225s.
If I had to pick, I would pick 225s
225s, it gives me more options.
or 320-ishes if I could afford that on the same budget line.
It gives me the
That
options.
gives you options. That gives you, I've hunted this farm a lot or this property. I want to go hunt this farm
and
or
the
let
pressure,
this farm cook and just cook for a year because
and
it doesn't have something you want to run on.
the pressure aspect. You can bounce.
Mm-hmm.
I want 225s that's set up for different winds.
Different winds, different times of
I
year.
want my access different. I want everything. If I can't hunt that farm on a south wind, I want that farm I can hunt on a south wind.
Yep.
And that's how I want to set it up. That way I'm always hunting, I'm always in the game.
And you're not blowing it out. I've said that time and again. So I used to use it as a 200 acre analogy, but like I said, average guy can't afford 200. A guy might be able to afford that 50. But what I try to show guys is maybe the 50 is what we want to shoot for, or 50 to 100 is what I hear from a lot of people, mostly 100. But if you can get into like two good 40s versus a 100 at the same price point,
Better.
or if you can have two
If they set
40s,
up different. That's my big thing.
or if you have two 40s like I just sold a guy,
It's very rare you get a
I
property
have
you
two.
can hunt
I have two 40s that abut each other,
every condition.
but they have multiple road frontage on both parcels, so it almost hunts like two farms. So you get you. There's different ways you can get creative with it. So I wouldn't say getting stuck on acreage is a set thing, and I definitely wouldn't get stuck on setting on price per acre as a set thing, because when you find the right piece is the right piece for what you're willing to pay, and that's what drives market values.
And then
So-
it is. Then sometimes it just is what it is. I mean, if that's what you can afford, and your dream is to have your own little hunting piece, and all you can afford is 25 acres, just make it the best you can.
Yeah.
So, what do you do, man?
So and there's a lot of people that say like you can't get a loan for raw land. We got multiple lenders right now that we work with on guys that are average everyday guys that work 9 to 5 jobs that have the right pieces and the right lenders to work with those pieces that we can get them into 15, 20, 30, even 50 acre pieces or more in some situations to find that piece to go hunt on and get away on. And start to do some food plots, do some timber management, do some of that stuff to make that piece better. And then I've had guys even spring pole in the last 2.5 years I've been with Whitetails from that first piece they bought it right, made some improvements, shot some good deer, built a rapport. We sold it, and now we're springboarding into the next piece. So you're using that piece as a building block to build into potential future piece.
That's called equity.
You're building equity in your piece based on your improvements on it.
That's what I've done my whole life to get all of everything I have.
Build equity. So
you buy a piece of shit, you polish it into a diamond, and then you get what you can, and then move on.
Yep.
To the next thing.
So, comment of the night. We're gonna hit our last one. Do you want the top card or do you want the second card for your questions?
Give me the top.
Top's yours questions. Your questions
So
or my questions. We're both gonna
that
do
one's
one.
yours. That
Oh,
one's mine.
For what I ask you.
Yes.
All right. So, comment of the night, I think, comes in from blue collar workers can afford land with lots of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. Got to have a dream or vision. I also want to add in sacrifice. You might not be able to do that new bass boat. You might not be able to do that bowling league that you do. You might not be able to do those little extra shit to be able to do.
I'm living that right now.
Yep.
It's very hard for me to come here and do this podcast every week.
Because you're trying to build that to make that.
I'm slammed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. I'm right there in that grind.
Mm-hmm.
That describes me to a T.
Yep. 100%. So I appreciate you, Nate, and I appreciate.
I have fun doing this.
And we appreciate all you viewers. And we're gonna hit a little whitetail showdown. I took the first round by a point. We're gonna accumulate them in for this next round. We're gonna go 1-1. So draw my card. I'm gonna ask you the camping question. You're gonna ask me the camping question.
Okay.
And we're gonna go right down the list. So Nate, your first one. Oh boy. Sorry, this is a bad one. Name 2 of the 4 types of canoe classifications. What kinds of canoes are there? That one's this was way out of left field. I feel bad about this one.
One that floats and one that doesn't.
I'm giving you half credit on this one. So 2 of the 4 types of canoe classifications are there's a conventional canoe, which is one that floats. There's a cruising canoe. There's a freighter canoe, and there's a war canoe.
So we're going like Indian.
That was gonna be my tip for you, dude.
All right.
1985. All right. What's my camping question? Hopefully, it's something to do with canoes. Nate's like, it's fucking easy.
Does an air mattress under a sleeping bag make a good insulator in cold weather?
Yes. Separates you from the ground. Ground is always coldest.
Yeah. And you need to have an air buffer for insulation.
Mm-hmm. So for Nate, what is another name for a caribou?
Another name for a caribou.
Think super simple Arctic.
Reindeer?
Yep. Nailed it.
Rudolph was a caribou.
Rudolph was a caribou.
Okay. True or false? The pronghorn antelope is strictly a North American animal.
Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm going to go gut feeling says true. Pronghorn are North American.
You are correct.
But they don't go that far south. So that includes probably Canada. I would assume like North Dakota spilling over into Canada.
Yeah.
I can't believe they don't go into... Well, they don't go below the equator, so that makes sense. When a stream is high... This is good for the trout derby. When a stream is high, turbulent, and discolored, where can fish most likely be found?
Stream is high, turbulent, and discolored.
Where's the most common place to find most of the fish?
I would say in the way the bank the current is pushing against.
So that would be... This is really hard not to give the answer.
Kind of like a pocket.
Yep, I'm good with that. The deep holes. Yep. I knew what you were saying. I know what you're saying because that's
The curve, and
yep.
then
It's
there's
where the
like that
deep
little.
carve. The carve.
Yeah.
100%. Yep. So what's my fishing question?
When trout is the highly prized possession, or no, hold on. Which trout is the highly prized possession of the Western USA?
Oh, I'm fucked on this.
I'll read it again. Which trout is the highly prized possession of the Western USA?
Arctic grayling. No,
Golden trout.
I would have said.
You ever
black
seen the pictures of the guys holding up like the yellow?
Yeah, they have them in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what they're talking
Gotcha.
about.
Okay. All right.
Like super rare. It's kind of like a white deer kind of thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nate. These are really bad ones on this card.
What am I at? Am I at like
Small game
2
currently.
for 1?
You were at 2 out of 3, or yeah, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. What is the proper command to send a retriever?
Fetch. Hike.
So my answer to this is whatever you train that receiver to go on. That's my, like you said, fetch, go, hike, whatever. The what it says is get back. But I'm saying fetch. I'm saying whatever your release command is.
Yeah.
That's your command. That's the proper command in my book. Is whatever you
I
teach your
guess
dog, and whatever your
in
dog.
85, it's get back.
Yep. Yep. So what's small game for me?
What type of gun does Elmer J. Fudd use to hunt his famous cottontail?
It's a double barrel shotgun.
Yep.
You just picked the easiest card in the book for me. Oh boy.
Well, you got one wrong.
I did.
You're three for 4.
You're 3 for 4 as well. So this comes down to the last question for weaponry.
Well, you're being nice to me on the whole fetch thing.
That's a horrible question. The canoe one, yeah. Um, if I'm just oh geez, this is a DILF question. If I'm discussing a bullet's velocity, trajectory, and energy, I'm discussing a bullet's what? If you're looking at a bullet's velocity, trajectory, and energy, you're looking at the bullet's overall what?
BDC. Bullet drop calculator. The bullet's energy.
What's it when you're looking at a bullet's specific stats? What's a bullet's stats called?
I should know this.
I know. You're gonna really hate this when I tell you if you don't think of it.
Trajectory.
Trajectory, velocity, and energy. All of that wrapped into one is a bullet specific. It's a one word term.
What is it?
No, come on. It's the stats of a bullet is that specific bullet's it's your speed.
Ballistics.
Got it. I told you were right there on it. Perfect. Well done, Nate.
I've had a few beers stats.
Yep. Yep. That's your bullet stats is your ballistics. Last one, and then we're gonna wrap up the show.
What reticle type is considered the best all around? This is kind of a stupid question. It's a lot simpler than what you would think is the answer. I'll read it again. What reticle type is considered the best all around? Now, when I say reticle,
I
you
would
could
assume
consider it
crosshairs.
scope.
I would just assume crosshairs.
Yeah, crosshair. You got it.
Okay. So 4 or 5, we tie.
Well, I'd say you won that round. I needed some help on a couple.
So
But
we,
not bad.
we appreciate everybody tuning into this. We ran a little long tonight.
Did get the hardest card of the whole deck.
I think you did.
The whole fucking canoe thing. What the fuck is that? I should have had ballistics. I was going brain dead on that one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's some tricky ones in there. There's also some ones that are way out of left field on it. So we appreciate everybody tuning into this. Stay tuned for more updates on events, posts, topics, videos, everything like that. We're going to clip up some of our short clips from these episodes as well and start distributing them out. We just got to sit down and find the time to do it. So we're probably going to sit in the machine shop and let some parts run and clip some shit. So thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time.